What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another video. This time it's the Arsenal versus Olympiacos breakdown, and wow, man. The morning after the night before, that was a horror show for Arsenal last night. It was so painful. Probably the worst game I've been to this season. It was so painful when Aubameyang missed that chance, when Olympiacos actually scored. I said in my interview, I felt like the whole spirit out of me as an Arsenal fan just disappeared. I felt very disconnected from the football club. And you know what, this morning, I felt slightly embarrassed waking up as an Arsenal fan. And, I love the club. I'll always support the club. But I just feel very disconnected with this football club. And, the owner's silent. He's not saying anything to reassure anybody. And, the fan base are not in a good place at the moment, I'm telling you. Last night was sort of a reflection of the way the whole season has gone. Looking at the game, I still can't believe we lost this game. We had 19 shots at goal, only 4 on target. I don't think we did enough to test their goalkeeper. He wasn't making save after save. We had a lot of the ball, 61% possession, 821 passes and 9 corners. They had 12 shots on target, 12 shots, 4 on target, 39% possession, 543 passes with 7 corners. So they had plenty of threat as well. They hit the crossbar. Leno made a couple of great saves. But I still can't believe we lost that game. We had so much of the ball. We got into great positions to hurt them and score. And we just didn't take our chances, Looking through the team, Leno made a mistake there, for the corner. I felt like he could have kicked that out for a throw-in. You could see that Olympiacos' main threat was from set pieces. The last thing you wanted to do was give them a corner right at the end of the game, and they punished us. Having said that, the defending from that corner was terrible. We had the first ball away. They then crossed the ball back in. Socrates lets his man run off him. And then David Luiz appears to move his head almost out of the way. It looked like he could have cleared that. I might be being a bit harsh. That's just the way it looked. And he's unmarked, tapping it in. Terrible basic defending from Arsenal. I thought Bellerin had another poor game, Last 3 or 4 games now, Bellerin has looked poor. He looks shaky. He doesn't look as quick. And I think Cedric Soares will get a chance when he comes back in. Having said that, why has Ainsley Maitland-Niles not been given a game? We even saw Socrates play at right back last week. So that's interesting. In midfield, I didn't think we had enough control of the ball. I don't think we hurt them enough on the ball. Xhaka played a few decent passes, but nothing special. A lot of sideways passing. Ceballos wasn't as good as he was against Everton. Mesut Ozil, it's tough with Mesut Ozil because he doesn't do a lot wrong, but he almost doesn't do enough right, if you know what I mean. I watched Kevin De Bruyne the night before dictate that game, especially in the second half against Real Madrid. That's what you want from your number 10, your talisman. We don't see that from Ozil. He keeps the ball a lot. He's very tidy, nice touches, but he doesn't hurt the opposition enough. And that's my issue with Ozil, He needs to hurt the opposition, and we don't see that enough. Lacazette was poor. I think that needs to stop now. I think the whole Aubameyang-Lacazette in a 3 doesn't work. I think we need to play Aubameyang central and put Martinelli on the left with Pepe on the right. I think that gives us the most balance. Pepe was, his dribbling was fantastic and his skill, but the end product, he's playing FIFA Street on the pitch, bruv. He's trying to twist up one man, twist up the next, nutmeg someone, but we need goals and assists at the end. His confidence does look higher, actually, so I'm happy about that. But the end product's got to be more. That's what we've paid for, not just for showboat. So, yeah, we need a little bit more from him. As I said, I would start playing Aubameyang through the middle. And Martinelli, why did Martinelli only come on for 15 minutes? Arteta, he reminds me of Arsene Wenger in that he just sits there and waits, and you think, make the substitution. I felt like Martinelli should have come on early. I don't know why he came on as the last substitute. And he gave us that attacking impetus when he came on because he was running at them. Tired legs do not want pace running at them. And to bring him on so late was strange to me. I don't think Torreira and Willock made a huge difference when they came on. Willock very wasteful in possession, which is very frustrating. But Olympiacos, they just sat behind the ball. They waited for their opportunities, which was generally set pieces they were relying on. They were very lucky, I felt, not to have their centre-back sent off in the first half. I actually think Pepe was through on goal. I felt like he got through the two centre-backs when the defender took him out. So I'm surprised it wasn't a red card. That changes everything if he gets sent off. But overall, you know, we caused our biggest downfall. You know, Aubameyang, I was so devastated for him. He's been our best player. He is our best player. He's carried this team. He scores one of the goals of the season. Number one, the team can't defend for 5 minutes and hang on to the victory. So we can celebrate him and celebrate that goal. But then the chance falls to him and he misses an absolute sitter. One that you just wouldn't expect him to miss. Lacazette also missed an absolute sitter. Why he went to head that ball, I will never know. It was basically just bouncing off the floor. Surely just go with your foot and side foot that in or drill it in. But that sums things up at the moment. But I don't want to attach blame to Aubameyang because, you know, we wouldn't even be in this position if it wasn't for him. So, you know, we just all seem to have that impression now that we're going to do very well to keep him at the club. But can we bounce back? Look, at the end of the day, the only positives we can take. We're not going to be in Europe. Hopefully we'll have less fatigue, less injuries than some of the other clubs. And, you know, hopefully we can capitalise, at least get 5th place. If that Manchester City bang goes through, 5th place, maybe a Champions League spot. 4th will be very difficult, I think, because of the gap. You have to bear in mind we still got to play Manchester City and Tottenham away. We've still got to play Wolves away, Leicester and Liverpool at home. Very difficult games. I think, unfortunately, we'll drop points in some of them. But let's hope we can rescue something for the remainder of the season. I just hope you've all recovered from last night, man. That was tough. If you haven't already, keep subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all your brilliant support. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about that game. You know, how can we bounce back? I'm trying to be positive. You know, people were accusing me of being negative last night, but it's very difficult to be positive after a game like that. Keep subscribing, keep liking, smash that thumbs up button. I'll be back later in the week. Bless.